Hello everyone, welcome back. This is definitely one of the most crazy rabbit hole types of videos I've ever done, but I wanted to share something with you guys and also give you some advice at the end. This is not to instill fear in anyone, sort of one of those doomsday type of things. We know who wins in the end, most of us do, and I want to set you at ease before we go, but I want to cover some things that I just came across, and I don't feel like it's random. It's something that just kind of happened in a particular order. They got my wheels turning, and I'll go through it all with you. But if you've never heard of the Georgia Guidestones, I will do a real quick summary on them just to give you the Cliff Notes version of what they are. They've been surrounded in mystery for years, and people have always kind of been, angered by them. But they definitely are strange and mysterious. But what got my wheels turning was when I looked at a picture of the United Nations headquarters. It reminded me of the Guidestones, just the way it's shaped, and it almost looks like chiseled stone going down the side. I don't know what the deal is with that. Why do they look so much alike? Is there a connection there? And boy, was I surprised to find out some of the things I found out. Like one of them, the article pointed out, was that they are 666 miles away, and I thought that was nonsense. There's no way, but they are very close to that. I'm not sure which part of the properties they were measuring, but it rounds to about 665 miles, and it would probably need some tweaking or just a different map. Maybe they were using a different map, probably on the flat map or something. However, that's not even the weirdest thing. That's nothing compared to what's about to be seen. But before I get too deep into this, let me summarize the Georgia Guidestones for those of you who have never seen them. I live in Georgia, and even though I live in Georgia, most people around here don't even know about these things. They're kind of not like something you see on the news all the time, or Stonehenge or anything like that. But they are very weird astronomical stones with commandments written on them for this new age that's supposed to come around the corner after some apocalyptic event, is what it seems. But people have photographed them, and oftentimes there is what appears to be dried blood on top going across, one of these little platforms and into the hole. On another one, these things are very well laid out, and I will show you exactly what I'm talking about in terms of the astronomical features. They have a hole drilled through the centerpiece here that lets you see Polaris throughout the entire year. You can put your eye to that hole and look up and see the pole star every night of the year, if there are no clouds, of course. And then there is another hole that has sunlight that shines through it to a certain place at noon every day throughout the year. That's pretty interesting right there, a little timepiece. Even though the sun's path changes, the light still shines through and hits, I think, this little area. There's like a little square that appears right here. Nothing too extraordinary, although that is quite impressive that it does that all year long. But the commandments are written on the face of each of these stones in different languages, many different languages. And those languages I will show you right here: English, Spanish, Swahili, Hindi, Hebrew, Arabic, Chinese, Russian, and I think I've heard hieroglyphic, like Egyptian hieroglyphs are on there. I don't know if that's true. I haven't really seen that or seen these in person, and have no desire to. However, there are some things that are about to freak you out a little bit. Of course, I was telling you that they are very close to the 666 right here in distance, and that's on a regular Google Earth map. I don't know if it's 100% accurate or not, but interesting. It's right next to Hell's Kitchen. The United Nations building is, not the monuments, but right there. Thought that was a little weird. But these things, look, there it is again. The stain looks like blood, like almost like they're doing some sort of ceremony or sacrifice right there. Who knows what's going on over here? But where it gets weird is I was looking at the building, and the windows on the United Nations building have a weird, it's not symmetrical. When I looked at it, I thought, man, there's something off. These don't look like they are the evenly spaced rows like they should be. Like, it looks like there's less windows here than there are here. And when you count them, that's correct. There are 9 window rows in this little row here, and there are 11 right here. These two numbers alone kind of get all of your conspiracy wheels turning, but kind of afraid to say those numbers out loud. But you have these two numbers here, and you have a row of 4 windows here and 10 on the top. And I immediately, of course, you think of the towers here when you see this. But I think it might go a little deeper, and you'll see why. And it has to do with a block that was inserted into the Guidestones. I don't know when this happened. I just remember reading about it, that this mysterious little cube showed up inside of a place that had been cut out for this thing to fit into perfectly. And when this cube showed up, somebody thought, oh my gosh, who did that? Did some prankster do that, or the people that run this thing do it? What happened? How did this thing just, come up out of nowhere? What does it mean? And so 2014 has come and gone, and everyone was like, oh, well, I guess the world didn't end. The Mayans said 2012, and 2014 came and went, so all you doomsday people can shut up. But when I was looking at this article, and now this article comes from the New York Post. They are always putting out some interesting and weird stuff. Sometimes they push the UFO agenda, the alien agenda. But they were talking about those Mayan calendars and how, you remember the Doomsday 2012 sort of scare, kind of like Y2K if you were alive back then, with the Mayan calendars predicting the world ending in 2012. Well, funny thing is, somebody tweeted this about the Mayan calendars, and it said, if you thought that this number and letter combination here, civil unrest, locust volcanic eruptions, and hurricanes signaled Armageddon, you may be right. The reading of the Mayan calendars was wrong, according to a conspiracy theory on Twitter. Everything's always a conspiracy theory. And while the world didn't end on December 21st, 2012, as originally prophesied by calendar readers, Mayan doomsday is sometime this week or next. Following the Julian calendar, we are technically in 2012. As you guys know, dates have been changed. Things have happened. That's why the false Sabbath is now Sunday instead of when it originally was. So our times have been altered, and I've always known and had a feeling that it was for a reason, and it's not a good reason. It's to deceive. But the number of days lost in a year, here's some little math here, and I haven't checked this out. If you know and this is wrong and the New York Post is wrong, let me know. You guys are geniuses when it comes to this stuff and have done more research probably than these people. But the number of days lost in a year due to the shift in the Gregorian calendar is 11 days. For 268 years using the Gregorian calendar, 1752 to 2020 times 11 days, 2,948 days. And that is, if you divide it by 365 per year, equals 8 years. And then, scientist, whatever his name is, Paolo Tagalaquin, I don't know how you say that, tweeted last week, according to The Sun, the series of tweets has since been deleted. Why would they delete those? Somebody doing math about a calendar? It's kind of weird. The fact that they deleted them kind of had my interest peaked a little bit. But if he's correct, adding up all the missed days, then the Mayan doomsday date is this week. And of course, it depends on what calendar they're going by. There's lots of different calendars that people have gone by in the past, and you have the Hebrew calendars, you have all these different things with time, and it leaves a lot of uncertainty. But that, to me, got me interested in these numbers here, because these numbers, 2014, if we were going by that calendar, would make more sense with what's going on now, especially when you look at the 10 commandments that they have. They have their own man-made commandments here. Nothing biblical about these. These are just something very dumb that these people wrote. Whoever's putting this out there could be some prankster. But it makes a lot of people angry, because you look at the Georgia Guidestones, these commandments that are written in different languages. The first one here says, maintain humanity under 500 million. That's a fraction of what it is now. So people think, what are they planning? Are they going to cause the population to drop that much? With Agenda 21, the false stuff that's going on right now. It's hard to make videos now and not say certain words, so I apologize. But they are definitely saying something here, or planning something, so it seems. And this number is their little magic number to have a balance with nature. And it says, guide reproduction wisely. They're going to put Bill Gates in charge of that. That's probably the new one they have for that. Improving fitness and diversity, unite humanity with a living new language, sort of like a one world language. Imagine that. Rule passion, faith, tradition, and all things with tempered reason. Protect people and nations with fair laws and just courts. And who decides what's fair and just? Who knows? Let all nations rule internally, resolving external disputes in a world court. Avoid petty laws and useless officials. Balance personal rights with social duties. Prize truth, beauty, love, seeking harmony with the infinite. Be not a cancer on the earth and leave room for nature, and blah, blah, blah. So little things that are supposed to guide this new age of reason after some sort of event or population control, Armageddon or whatever. So that stuff there is not anything that really raised any flags to me back in the day. I just read that and thought, who cares? Let them think they can do stuff like that, whatever. But the guy who did this, his name is, he did not give his real name, so nobody really knows who he is. I mean, somebody does, I'm sure. But he went by the pseudonym of R.C. Christian. And I thought, what does that mean? R.C., Roman Church? What does R.C. stand for? I don't know. Don't want to lose sleep over that. It's not really that significant. I'm sure it's one of those truth in plain sight type of things. Again, but with all of these little commandments being known, the maintaining within 500 million in this new age of reason, it brings me back to these numbers here, because a date, if they're going by those Julian calendars or whatever calendar they're going by, may not have happened yet. 2014 may not have happened yet. Maybe around the corner. And they have these numbers here. If you add them up, what is 9 plus 11? It's 20. 10, 4, 14. Maybe there's a connection there. Maybe not. I just came right before I made this video. I saw that and thought, wait a minute, that does add up to those numbers there. Maybe there's something to it. Not trying to cause fear. A lot of weird things when you look at the United Nations headquarters in itself. This place is older than the Guidestones. The Guidestones were like 79 or something like that. I can't remember the exact date. And the UN was established in, let me see, I think it was 1952. Yeah, it was right there. So 1952 is when they were established. So this is definitely not a subject that I have seen in depth in regards to that. I have seen some videos where people talk about these in particular and what does it mean and who put them there. But seeing this and doing some digging, it just makes me feel like that the sort of spiritual sense we all have, that there is something being planned. We're being distracted. We are being led to hate and being divided right now. Most of you can see that and sense that. Please do not share stuff that spreads hate. You are buying into what they want you to do. Spread love. Spread truth. And I'm about to give you some words and some guiding words to show you how to live and act if you are one of those who is awake and you're walking around frustrated because most people are asleep. Even though there's a great awakening, you're around people that are asleep all the time. And it's important to know exactly how to treat them. I don't want to spread fear and make you guys think there's a doomsday coming. We're going to be victorious. Our Father has our back. We have the Most High with us at all times. And it's a love that and power that they are afraid of. That's why they're dividing us. When we pray and we do so without ceasing, it makes a difference. So I'm going to take you to Bible Gateway. And if you don't like reading and you rather listen to the word, or you have trouble sleeping and you want to listen to something positive before you go to sleep, there's a little speaker icon right here. You can click that and it will play it for you. You can even download it onto your cell phone, the app, and it will play it for you right there on the phone. And if you don't have space, you can go on the internet on your phone, and I believe it still does it that way too. I did that the other day. So you can do that, but it only does that for the King James Version, not all the versions. But the advice, the guidebook, the survival manual that is in the Bible is in 1 Thessalonians chapter 5. It tells us what to do and about these times and seasons. And it says, "But of the times and seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you. For yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night. That used to scare me. I just thought about this part out of context. I did not realize that wasn't directed towards all of us. But it says, for when they shall say peace and safety, which is about to happen, and some of that happens now, which could be right around the corner. For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them as travail upon a woman with childbirth, and they shall not escape. But ye, brethren, are not in darkness, that that day should overtake you as a thief. Okay? So the whole thief in the night scenario, that's not going to happen to those of us who are awake and ready. So don't be scared thinking, oh, it's going to be a thief. No, we're ready. So we are awaiting the return, meaning we are not asleep nor overtaken like a thief in the night. So it says, ye are all the children of the light and the children of the day. We are not of the night nor of darkness. Therefore let us not sleep as do others, but let us watch and be sober. For they that sleep, sleep in the night, and they that be drunken are drunken in the night. So the term being woke or awake is nothing new. This is from centuries ago. This is the words they were saying. So let's look at what the rest of it says here. But let us who are of the day be sober, putting on the breastplate of faith and love, and for an helmet the hope of salvation. For God hath not appointed us to wrath, but to obtain salvation by our Lord Yahushua HaMashiach, or Jesus Christ, who died for us, that whether we wake or sleep, we should live together with him. Wherefore comfort yourselves together and edify one another, even as also ye do. And we beseech you, brethren, to know them which labor among you and are over you in the Lord, and admonish you, and to esteem them very highly in love for their work's sake, and be at peace among yourselves. Be at peace, guys. That's something that's very important. Now we exhort you, brethren, warn them that are unruly, and comfort the feeble-minded. Support the weak, and be patient toward all men. That's one of those that was very powerful to me, because it's hard to be patient when you see so many people that are asleep and you just want to shake them. You know that feeling you get when you see them wearing their mask in their car and you just want to be like, wake up. Well, be patient with them. Comfort them. They are probably going to awaken at a different time period than you. It's all in Father's time. Have to pray for them and be patient with them. And it says, see that none render evil for evil. This is going on right now. You are having people spread the hate through social media and the news, and they're like, we're going to get justice. We're going to return evil for evil. The people, whether it's a false flag, actors, whatever it is, the people that carried that out, you can look at their faces. They were working for the evil one. That's why someone allowed themselves to be filmed without changing their expression or acknowledging people that are screaming, almost like under a trance. They're carrying out a task for a purpose and not a good purpose. And you're seeing the fruits of that right now throughout not just the nation. This stuff seems to be happening throughout the world. It's weird, huh? But it says, see that none render evil for evil unto any man, but ever follow that which is good, both among yourselves and to all men. Rejoice evermore. Stop being sad. We have a lot to be thankful for. Pray without ceasing. This right here, I tell you, if you start to speak to the Father, if it's something you've never tried before, you'll notice it will start to change you personally. When you start to walk with him and you're doing the praying without ceasing, it's going to change the lives of people around you in a really powerful way. It's something that it's life-changing, not just for you, for others. And in everything give thanks, for this is the will of God in Christ Jesus concerning you. Quench not the spirit, despise not prophesying, or prophesyings, plural. Prove all things. Prove all things. Hold fast that which is good. Abstain from all appearance of evil. Sounds easy. It's not if you try to do it on your own. The Father will help you. He will guide you and help you. You have to ask him and tell him you're ready. If you don't say you're ready, and you're not ready, it's not going to happen. You have to be ready for that. That's something you can be set free from, whatever type of addiction it is, lustful or drug related, whatever it is. Our Father has your back. He can set you free. When you are a child of the Most High, you can be set free from anything. Prove it. Prove all things, it tells us. You can prove that. Don't have to take my word for it. And the very God of peace sanctify you wholly. And I pray, God, your whole spirit and soul and body be preserved blameless unto the coming of our Lord Jesus Christ. So, guidebook right here. I sort of highlight things as I'm reading. Sorry. You end up highlighting the whole book when you do that, the more you read it. But these guidelines are not just for the people in those times. It's for all of us that are awake. And again, that's not a new term. I thought it was. I thought being woke was cool. It's a new thing. But no, it's been around. And there is an awakening that's happening. That's why people are saying that more often now. Just remember how to treat those who are asleep. Be patient toward them. Not easy, but do that. And you'll see it's going to make a difference. We don't have a lot of time left. And seeing stuff like this makes me think, man, they must be really planning something. Who knows what they're planning? Their powers are limited. And you guys will find that out if you haven't already. We have so much power, love, and joy that we don't have to worry about any of this stuff. We know we're on the winning side, but we are in a war. You do need to stay ready. You do need to stay sober and be ready for the return, because it is right around the corner. You can choose the world, but it comes at a price. The other option that is not of this world comes at a price, but that price has already been paid for you. And the Father wants time with you, and He loves you, and He's calling us home. So thanks so much for always sharing your wisdom with us. I know that sometimes we get long-winded, but I feel these things are important to say. You can't just skip over them because it's not some cool conspiracy type of stuff. This is the guidelines that's going to help us survive what's to come. So stay ready. No matter what happens, don't have fear. Rejoice. Pray without ceasing. You guys are all the loved creations of the Most High, and I don't say that lightly. Find out and prove it for yourselves. I love you guys. We'll see you soon. Take care. God bless.